This week, I'm focusing on 3 stories about youth sports. To me, sports is a great opportunity to teach our children the values of teamwork, discipline, and sportsmanship, and for them to have fun while developing healthy habits that can last a lifetime. Unless, of course, it gets ruined by corrupt adults who we parents trust to protect and teach our children. Once again, sports governing bodies let our children down. Netflix just came out with the new season of Cheer, and I am outraged. Not at the show, which is one of the best sports documentaries on TV, but at learning that the mother of a boy who had been sexually harassed by Jerry Harris, a top cheerleading star, was ignored by several of the sports governing bodies. She filed complaints with the U.S. All-Star Federation, Varsity Spirit LCC, and Cheer Athletics Inc. in February 2020. Despite this, Harris continued to coach children. After 5 months of no action, the mother reported Harris to the FBI, and he was arrested and is in prison awaiting trial. Since then, the FBI has discovered 10 to 14 minors sent explicit images of themselves at Jerry Harris's request. Harris was a wildly popular star who had been on TV with Oprah, Ellen, President Biden, Brad Pitt, and others. So, the accusations against Harris would definitely have cast a dark shadow on cheerleading, especially among the young children who make up a lot of the revenue for cheer camps, contests, and products. But it is the responsibility of governing bodies to put the well-being of those children ahead of profits. This is how a monster like Dr. Larry Nassar was able to get away with molesting and raping young gymnasts for 18 years. Those organizations should have immediately suspended Harris pending an investigation. The fact that they didn't makes them enablers in any crimes he committed, and they should be treated accordingly. Kids say the ugliest things. In 1949, the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, South Pacific, appeared with a troubling song called You've Got to Be Carefully Taught. The lyrics include these lines: "You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught." How else can you explain the middle school basketball game in New Jersey last week, during which players from one team began shouting racial slurs at the other team? The recipients of the hateful slurs came from a school district in which 97% of the students are not white, and 100% qualify for reduced lunch price. One player was called a black bitch, and another was called homeless because he wasn't wearing basketball shoes. We're talking middle school here. Who was it that carefully taught them this behavior? And the Sportsmanship Award does not go to a Connecticut girls' high school basketball team deliberately and maliciously humiliated their opponents by crushing them 92-4. Undefeated Sacred Heart Academy of Hamden looked on Lyman Hall, Wallingford, who had lost all 5 of their games in the season. Sacred Heart led 56-0 at halftime and 80-0 after 3 quarters. But they still didn't let up. They seemed to adopt the Cobra Kai motto of no mercy. Sister Sheila O'Neill, Sacred Heart's president, apologized for the team's behavior and suspended coach Jason Kirk for 1 game. 1 lousy game. Maybe the slap on the wrist is because his team won the Division II championship last year. Once again, winning and whatever financial rewards that brings a school takes precedent over moral leadership and what's best for the kids. I attended a Catholic high school, and our coach would have been ashamed of us if we had done what that team did.